Hi everybody! I'm just going to start doing the maths lessons by sharing my screen with you so that as we're going through the work that you've got on your sheets that you've taken home with you, you'll be able to do it at the same time as me. So you can keep watching this, you can pause it at any time, you can re-watch it so that when you're going through your work you know exactly what you're doing and you can do it at the same time as me. And then when you get further down your tasks, that's when you can do them independently and you can do them by yourself, and you can send me a picture of your activities when they're done, and then we can go through it together when I give you some feedback. So the first thing that you need to do is we're going to be looking at our do now. And remember, on a Monday, that's when it's the expert's turn to go through the sheet. So what I'll do is I'll talk through it, and then maybe you could do it on your sheet at the same time. So try and get some paper and a pen in front of you, because that'll be really helpful going through. So the first one is, what are the factor pairs for 66? Now see if you can think of any as we're going through, so now might be a good time for you to pause the video and give it a go. And remember, for that you need to think about what you can times together to make 66. So the first one that we always do is 1 and itself. So I'm going to draw my rainbow line, and I'm always going to put 1 and itself, and itself this time is 66, so I can just put that in straight away. I'm going to have a look at this number and think, what times table do I know it is in? I can see it ends in a 6, which is an even number, so I know that 2 goes into this number. So I'm going to put 2. And if you're unsure how many times 2 goes into 66, that's when on the bottom of your piece of paper or on your do now, you can do the bus stop method, like I'm doing here, and work out how many 2's there are in 66. So do it with me at the same time. How many 2's are in 6? 2, 4, 6, there's 3. Again, how many 2's are in 6? We've just said it's 3. So now we know that our next factor pair is 2 and 33. Now 6 goes into this number as well. So some of you might already know how many times 6 goes into this number. And if you do, that's great, you can put it there straight away. But for now I'm going to put 6 here. And again, I'm going to do the bus stop method. Just in case I'm unsure, I'll put 6 here. 66. Obviously 6 goes into 6 once and again, so my next factor pair is going to be 6 and 11. Rub it out, ready for the next one. And we've got our factor pairs there. So that's brilliant if you've done that. Well done if you've done that at the same time as me. Now the next question, what it says, what is 3 squared? So when you see that small 2 above a number, that means squared. So we've not done many squared numbers yet, but if you can remember what it means, then that's great. If something is squared, that means you times it by yourself. So in this case, 3 squared is the same as saying 3 times 3, because it's 3 times by itself. So 3 times 3 is 9. The next one we've got on our do now is 0.32 times by 10. So I've got my ones here. So 0 ones, decimal point never moves. I've got 5 tenths. I've got 2 hundredths. If you times something by 10, that means you go one place to the left because you are timesing it by 10, so your number should get bigger. So the 0, I'll have 0 tens. I'll have 5 ones. And I'll have 2 tenths. As you can see, the decimal point never changes, but all the digits have moved one place to the left. So now my number is 5.2, and that should be here. The last one with the fractions, when you're adding a fraction, you only add the top number when you're adding them together. So in this case, the 7th stays on the bottom, that doesn't change. 3 sevenths, add 3 sevenths, we just add the top number, so 3 add 3 is 6, and that's your fraction. So remember those techniques for the rest of the week when you're doing the rest of the columns by yourself. Okay, so the next part we're going on to, now that we've done our do now, is working out the answer to these addition questions. So the first one I'm looking at is 400 add 540. So you know which number always goes on the top. We put the biggest number on the top. So that's what I'm going to do straight away. 540 add 400. So make sure you line it up. Put all the digits in the correct column. And then you can do it like that. 0 add 0, of course, is just 0. 4 add 0 is 4. And 5 add 4 is 9. And now what I'd like you to do is go through the rest of them by yourself. Work them out. So you pause the video now until you've done those 4 questions. And then when you're ready, press play and we can go on to the next part together. Well done if you gave those a go and you've done all 4. Right, so we're going to do this word problem together. So I'm going to read it out loud and maybe you can try and work it out as I'm talking. Dexter scores 12,304 points in a game. Rosie scores 1,263 points. How much do they score altogether? So you've got to think now, when they say altogether, that means the sum of both of the points. So we need to work out what those points are together. So let's write it down, making sure all the digits go in their own column and we need to line it up correctly. So let's go on to Rosie's number. I've made sure they're lined up properly, it's in the correct column. 4 add 3, 0 add 6, 3 add 2, 2 add 1, and finally the 1. So your answer should have been 13,567. Well done if you've given that a go. Right, so we're going to start going on to the green sheet now. We'll always start with green and we'll go through it together. Looking at the first question, 1A, in the sum, we're not exchanging any numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight on to B so that we can look at that together, carrying over the numbers in case anyone is stuck with that. If you're not stuck with it, that's fine. You can begin doing the next ones by yourself. Right, so just finishing the last of the digits. Remember we're doing B here. And we're going through this so that we remember to carry over those digits. It's just a quick reminder. 5 add 3 is 8. 7 add 4 is 11. I'm going to put the 1. Means I need to carry over that 1. 2 add 6 is 8. Add the 1. 9 and 6. Well done if you've got that. What I'm expecting you to do on these ones is copy what I've done on question 1, and I want you to have a go at 2A and 2B by yourself. When you're ready, press play and we'll go on to 3 together. For question 3, you'll be able to do these yourself as well, but what you need to make sure is that you're lining up everything properly, and also when you're working out your answer, you use the units, the measurements that they have given you. So in the first one, you can see they've used pounds, so your answer must have pounds at the start of it. In B, they've used grams, so you must put G at the end of your answer. For C, the measurement they've used is centimetres. And D, they've used pounds again. So make sure your answers have those in it so that your answer is correct. Right, looking at the orange questions now. On question 1, it says, the table shows the number of home and away fans attending 3 football matches. And what we need to work out is which match had the most fans at the match. So that means you need to work out the sum, so both the home and away fans, all together in each match. So I want you to do that independently now. Work out them. So pause this video now, see if you can work them out, and then we're going to go through the answers in 1 minute. So make sure you pause it now. Well done if you've had a go with these. So match 1, the complete total, 66,570. Match 2, you should have got 60,970. Match 3, you should have got 60,970. So the match with the greatest attendance was match 1. Well done at home if you managed to get that. Moving on to spot the mistake question. This is where I want you to look really carefully about what they've done, and let's see if we can work it out. So, when they first added the first column, you can see that they've added 6, add 6, which makes 12. They've put the 2 here, but what is missing from underneath this column? 6 add 6 was 12, so they've put the 2, they've missed out the 1, which means here you can see they've made a mistake. 4 add the 1, it should have had 9. 5 add 2 is 7, 3 add 6 is 9, 7 add 2 is 9, so this is the one that they have done incorrectly. Well done if you managed to spot that. The next question we're going to look at is number 3. Mo makes a number on a place value grid. Mo adds 5 counters to this number. What is the number now? So I've written down the number by counting the counters and putting it underneath so I can remember how many he's got. So his number is 23,245. This is where you can choose to add 5 counters in one of those columns, and I want to see that number change. You might put them in the 10,000s column and change your number that way. You might put them in the tens column. You have a go yourself. Write down the number that you get, and then you can take a picture of your work and send it to me afterwards and show me how you change that number. The next red question is all about how people have made mistakes. So again for this one, I want you to look carefully at Dexter's workings first and see if you can work out what he's done wrong, because it's very similar to a one that we did earlier. Moving on to Eva's one, what I want you to note for carefully is the position of the numbers and where she's put them. Can you work that out, what she's done wrong? Give it a go, pause the video, and then I'll move on to the next question. The next red question is another word question about working out the points that different children have got on a computer game. I'd like you to give that a go, pause the video now, and the answers will be on the next page so that you can mark it and show me where you went right or where you went wrong. Well done if you managed to work out any of these. These are the answers, so you can give yourself a tick. And after this, I'll be putting the answers for the purple question on. The purple is a hard challenge, which I'm sure you can do, so give it your best go and then send it to me. Well done if you managed to get these. Good luck and send me lots of pictures. Well done.